Hi everyone, it's Reverend Deanna Cox here. I am here with your midweek reflection for this last week of February for DKR United. Sorry I missed last week. I was off on a study leave and I had intentions of doing a midweek reflection, and I got into a deep conversation with a friend of mine, and it left me kind of feeling a bit unsettled and needing to process some stuff. But some of it, it was all good. It's just, you have those conversations that challenge you and make you think, and it was one of those. And so I just was like, I have no idea what to share. And so I just said, I think I posted something and I said, engage in a conversation with someone that challenges your way of thinking and spread love and have hope in humanity. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. We're coming up fast to Lent. Hey, Joanne, good morning. Nice to see you on. And we're coming up fast to Lent. And for Lent, we're talking about the Psalms and how we celebrate. And I also wanted to talk about laying it all out before God, because that's kind of what Lent is about. Getting back in touch with your faith, and the Psalms encourage us. We've just finished a Bible study, a 4-week Bible study on an intro to the Psalms, and I've learned a ton about them and how they encourage us to share all of ourselves, the good, the bad, and the ambiguous, and they do that because that is all included in the Psalms. If there's something you are going through, you can find it in the Psalms. And so we're going to use them to help us through Lent to lay it all out before God. And that's what this conversation was. It was two people being honest with each other about a very divisive issue and still landing in a place of love. And it was hard. But the other thing it taught me, and the Psalms say this too, is that when you are brutally honest about how you're feeling and you share that with God through prayer or however you do that, you have to admit that part of yourself. And so when you are coming up, we hear the scriptures tell us that we're called to love our enemies. And if you are brutally honest about how you feel about that, you have to admit that at times you are the one that has done something that might be harmful to another. Or, you know what I mean? We have to admit the role that we play in things that perpetuate systems and, or the unkindnesses that we've done. And in admitting that, it actually frees you up to see things differently. And that's what happened in this conversation. It was about one of the divisive issues in our world. So it doesn't matter which one, there was many. And I had my opinion. But by forcing myself to listen, I was able to see their perspective and to realize that in my hard and fast opinion, in some ways, I wasn't being any better than those that I was condemning, because it was like too rigid, where there was someone, I think it was Reverend Scott Reynolds, actually, at the beginning, he said, think of a discussion like that more as a dance than as trying to change someone's opinion. And when you dance with another person, you have to listen to them, right? And otherwise, there's a lot of stepping on toes, and it's not going to go well. And so that's what happened. And it was exhausting, but it also was very life-giving in that I still have my friend. I have a deeper understanding of where she is at, and I would hope that she has a deeper understanding of where I am at. I'm sure we still don't agree on many things, but we still love each other and would do anything for each other. And so that's, I think, this Sunday, one of the communities of faith is having an annual report week, and the other is going to have a guest worship. So we're not really connected, and it may not totally tie into this midweek reflection, but that is okay, because I think in this time and place in our world, a conversation about listening to each other, finding the ways that we can to do that and to still end up being friends, or at least acknowledging the humanity of another, I don't think that's going to be wasted. So I wanted to share that with you. I encourage you to read the Psalms. In particular, to start reading, find the translation that works for you. And if you're not finding a translation that is really speaking to your heart, there's a couple things you can do. Listen to the Psalms set to music. There's a lot of hymns and even contemporary music that is based on the Psalms. So Google can help you find that, or the back of a hymn book. The other thing you can do is find, I use a site called BibleGateway.com, and they have a lot of different translations in one of the little drop-down menus. And one of the ones that I encountered through my research for the Bible study that really spoke to me is called The Message. It's a translation that's been done by Eugene Peterson, a Presbyterian minister and professor at the Regent Seminary out of Vancouver, British Columbia. He has passed on now, but his work is there, and it's written in a very common vernacular, very common language. And I found that it really spoke to me. So I encourage you to start reading the Psalms. I encourage you to challenge yourself to listen to someone who has vastly different thoughts, to dance with them, not to battle with them. And and start preparing your hearts for our Lenten journey, thinking about laying it all out before God. And so with that, friends, you take care and have a blessed day, and we will see you on Sunday. Bye.